I remember everything about the day of my accident. I remember driving through Cirencester on a road that I've driven down both ways thousands of times. Going round a bend, there was a car coming towards me on my side of the road. I remember thinking, I need to swerve.
We were given quite minimal information when we received the tasking in the air. We were just told that there had been a motorcycle versus car on an A road outside of Cirencester. We were on our way back to base and we all looked at the map and realised that the incident literally was just down there. So from receiving the tasking to being on the ground in the field next to Steve was a matter of minutes.
Well, I remember lying on the road and seeing a helicopter and thinking, crikey, this is serious if they've got the air ambulance.
We landed in a field next to the roadside. It was up a bit of a bank which we had to climb up.
I could see my left foot, but not my right. That made me realise that something serious was happening.
It was evident Steve had very severe lower leg fractures and was in a considerable amount of pain.
And then I just remember voices, really calm, in charge voices.
One of the great things about our skill set as a critical care team is that we're able to deliver stronger pain relief and sedation to patients that need it.
The doctor on scene, Paddy, explaining to me that there's a good chance I was going to have my leg amputated.
We knew that we were going to have to manipulate his leg to be able to secure it in a splint to safely transport him and his leg as comfortably as possible in the helicopter.
They gave me ketamine. The world started just closing down a little bit.
Something that played into all of our decision making was the fact that it was a cold, wet road. Not only is that a problem in terms of his comfort levels, but it also makes a big difference in terms of trauma and the disease pathology around traumatic injuries. We knew that we wanted Steve to be in the major trauma centre as quickly as possible. The closest major trauma centre to Cirencester is Southmead Hospital in Bristol. We worked alongside the ambulance and fire service to transfer Steve down the bank across the field into the helicopter because we knew that even with the time it took to carry him from the road into the helicopter, the amount of time that saved us in comparison to driving him in an ambulance to hospital was huge. Dr. Paddy stepped aside and made the call to Southmead A&E department. Having that alert happen as early as it can do means that there's no delays in Steve's care.
I went into massive toxic shock because my bones weren't just broken, they were crushed. If GWAAC hadn't been there that day, I'd have died. Full stop.
It's been incredibly special seeing Steve again today. It just makes me so happy that he's able to be out there and living life to the fullest, especially after such a severe accident.
Whenever Gail and I see the green and blue helicopter, we actually sort of give each other a squeeze because we realise that somebody's having a really rubbish day and there's every chance that their life's been changed as significantly as mine.
Without your support, we couldn't have been there for Steve. Please donate. It helps us be there for the people that need it.